I had to record this whole thing again because it didn't work. Cheeky behind the scenes. So today we're looking at the top 10 drummers in the world. According to me, Chrissy D. Now, this is a very personal list to me. These are my big influences on drums. There are loads of drummers that I listen to. Loads and loads and loads of tracks across all genres. But these are the drummers that come to my mind when I'm thinking albums I've heard a lot of. I've heard a lot of their drumming in all sorts of tracks and heard it lots and lots. And I feel like it's influenced my playing a lot. Some of these drummers you won't know. Some of them you will know and want to hate me for it. Music, the magic of music. I'm going to be doing some shoddy impressions of these drummers as we go as well, for a laugh. So, number 10, Chad Smith. Everyone knows who the Red Hot Chili Lily Peppers are. And this is their drummer, Chad Smith. He is just a hard-hitting beast. He taught me that heavy blend of rock and funk and really solid timekeeping, which I used a lot of in my very first band, that kind of style. He was a big part of my early life, and I just have a lot of respect for this guy. Number 9, Will Champion. Now you might be like, who the hell is Will Champion? Who's Will Champion? He is the drummer for Coldplay. Now wait, I know I hate Coldplay too. Everyone hates Coldplay, alright? But I actually like their old music, their first 2 albums, Parachutes and Rush of Blood to the Head. I air drummed loads and loads when I was getting started in drums. And songs like In My Place I still use to teach students how to advance a particular part of their early development on the drums. He was good at basically playing repetitive drum patterns that helped train me on drums, so I have to put him on here myself. Number 8, Bernard Purdie. Now, you might not have heard of Bernard Purdie, but he is one of the world's most recorded drummers. That's right, loads of records you will have heard him on, R&B tracks, funk tracks, blues numbers, jazz, and apparently he's been on Beatles tracks as well. He's worked with James Brown, Steely Dan, and he is the groove meister. If you have heard of him, you might have heard of the Purdie Shuffle, which is like a Rosanna Groove halftime shuffle that he does, and it is delicious. I actually emailed Bernard Purdie and said, hey man, you really inspire me a lot, and when I hear your music or I see you playing, it makes me really happy and I want to play drums. Are you coming to the UK anytime? And he actually emailed me back with a smiley face and said, hey man, thanks for getting in touch. Keep on playing, brother. You know, that kind of thing. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. He's actually emailed me. That's my Bernard Purdie story. Number 7, Mark Richardson. Who's he? He's the drummer for Feeder, a UK rock band. And he's on here because for me, again, when I was getting started, I was air drumming a lot of these tunes, in particular a song called Just the Way I'm Feeling, which has this amazing melancholic sort of sound and production. And his drumming on that track was, you know, quite repetitive, quite straightforward, and his drum fills were really effective and simplistic, but I loved it. I still love it to this day. It's an amazing track. I actually played his drum kit. I ended up going to my usual practice studio, and his drum kit from that album was in the studio, and I was playing on his kit every time I went to the practice room, and it was a bit weird, a bit like a strange circumnavigation of my drumming life, where I came back to this drum kit that sort of got me into enjoying drumming. Maybe it's not that much of a coincidence. I thought it was pretty monumental for me anyway. Number 6, Stevie Wonder. Now you might be wondering, he's not a drummer. Yeah, I guess he doesn't call himself a drummer, but he is a world-class, legendary virtuoso musician. And if you've ever heard Superstition, he is on that track drumming, and it is one of the most stupendous drum tracks ever made. If you're starting out in drums, if you know someone who's starting out in drums, if you haven't learned that track yet on drums, do. because it's one of the most influential tracks on my playing regarding funk and rock and jazz and pop drumming. It's such a useful drum beat and opens up so many doors, and the groove on it is amazing. I'm trying to do an impression of it, probably on your screen right now. Number 5, Josh Freese. Again, you might not know who this guy is, but if you've ever heard a pop song, chances are you will have heard Josh Freese on the drums. He is the go-to world-class session drummer. He also was the drummer for bands like 9 Inch Nails, A Perfect Circle, The Vandals, but I think he predominantly works behind the scenes and has also drummed on albums with Avril Lavigne, which her early albums influenced my playing a lot. This guy is revered by all sorts of internationally working drummers. And rightly so, he's just absolutely incredible. I'm trying to do, probably on your screen right now, some kind of impression of some of his playing, even though his playing is so diverse. Number 4, Taylor Hawkins. The Foo Fighters drummer, drumming of course for the legendary Dave Grohl. And Taylor Hawkins' playing is monumental in shaping my kind of modern, faster, harder hitting rock sound. I air drummed all these Foo Fighters albums, and I cannot get over how much energy this guy brings. And he's always smiling, always having a great time on the kit. Just deserves maximum respect. He's just so cool. Number 3, Travis Barker. Oh my, this will alienate some people, right? People hate him or people love him, and that's it. I happen to love him. Even if you don't love him, you've got to respect what this guy brings, the energy that he brings to his drumming. He's got a very particular sound. I used to drum all those Blink-182 albums, not on the drums. I tried, but I used to air drum them all, and I just love how he brought such technicality to the music, but didn't step on the toes of the music so much. He just helped craft those songs, and they're so important in making those Blink-182 songs sing. I remember first hearing Travis Barker's playing on Enema of the State, the Blink-182 album, and I could not understand how he was making these sounds out of the drums. Couldn't fathom it, and to be honest, I still can't really get there. Number 2, Brad Wilk. The Rage Against the Machine drummer. The rock of Rage Against the Machine. The hard-hitting hip-hop rock sound that this guy gets is a dream to me. One day I will be in a Rage Against the Machine tribute band, and it will be so fun. I learned so many interesting hip-hop style and funk style patterns from this drummer, and also his work on Audio Slave with Chris Cornell. It's all, and that kind of all-encompassing John Bonham-esque sound that he delivers I love it. Number 1, Phil Rudd. Philly McRuddy, Ruddy McPhil. Now, you drummers who know who he is, you don't like him. Drummers don't like him. Don't like him. Doesn't he just play the same beat over and over? Yes, he does. But he is my number 1 inspiration because he taught me so much in what he did, in that he simplified and he made AC/DC's sound, the raw, loud, simplistic sound. And that's the biggest thing I take away from it. It is that you don't need to make these intricate drum parts or make the most complicated showy-offy drum fill that you can do. You need to play the music, and that is what it is all about for me. And it just contributed to my ethos so directly and coming out of the Blink-182 stuff that I was trying to imitate, and all the drum fills I was trying to learn, and all the technical stuff I was doing, which is all really useful and good. But when it comes down to it, people want to hear a bass drum. That's it. Nowadays it appears to be just clicking as well, which I don't really understand that. Where's the snare drum gone? Can we bring it back? Anyway, that's my list, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you agree with it, no wait, you can't disagree with it. It's my list. Get your own list. Tell me what your own list is in the comments. Hit a like, hit a thumbs like, and do a comment and subscribe, because I want to do more. And I'll see you on the next thing that happens. The next thing.